Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins have won 7 straight and are now in playoff position. Now, I was someone who said the Dolphins should draft a quarterback last offseason. But has Tua done enough to prove me and all the other doubters wrong? Hello everyone, welcome back to Into Sports. I'm your host Evan. Today we're talking Tua and the Dolphins, but before I do me a big favor and click the subscribe button because it would help me out a lot. But anyways, let's talk Tua because unfortunately, he has not proven the doubters wrong. Now for the record, I always thought Tua could and would be a starting quarterback in this league. But I told you last year that the Dolphins should move on because he wasn't their franchise quarterback. Wait, what? Tomatoes, tomatoes? Potatoes, potatoes? Isn't that the same thing? No, actually it's not. A franchise quarterback is someone who you want to build your franchise around for the next 8 to 10 years. Think Kyler Murray or Joe Burrow. But a starting quarterback is just a guy who happens to be one of the 32 best quarterbacks in the sport at the time. Now they're pretty good, and they might start on a team for a couple of years, but they aren't someone you really build around. Think about Jimmy Garoppolo or Teddy Bridgewater. And that's the category that Tua is in. He's a guy who Brian Flores just wants to operate the offense to a competent level. They don't open up the offense for Tua. And that's because he's not Matt Stafford or Justin Herbert or even a guy like Kirk Cousins. In fact, Brian Grier shared a shocking comment about the Dolphins offense on the Monday night broadcast.
Now this Miami offense, they're just not as explosive enough to come back from holding penalties like that. We talked with George Gotze about that. So when we get in these positions, it's almost like we could punt on second or third down because we just can't get back.
What? Tua's own offensive coordinator said they may as well punt on second or third and long? That is the ultimate indictment of the guy under center. Why would they be so afraid of second or third and long? They have 2 great contested catch weapons with Mike Gesicki and Devontae Parker, and a guy in Jalen Waddle that can run away from any defensive back that you can name in the NFL. So they should be able to generate big plays in the passing game. But the problem is the quarterback. Now, I will give some blame towards the offensive line. PFF ranks it as 32nd in the league. But a bad offensive line hasn't stopped a real franchise quarterback like Derek Carr from getting the ball down the field. Carr has the most 20-plus yard completions in the entire league, despite playing behind the 4th worst offensive line. Oh, by the way, Tua ranks just 28th in terms of 20-plus yard completions. So his offensive coordinator is right. He can't produce the explosive plays down the field. And when we look at the leaders in 20-plus yard completions, those guys are really the best quarterbacks in the game. Those guys are all franchise quarterbacks. Wait. Okay, Tua doesn't throw the ball down the field very well, but remember, Tua is accurate, right? That's what people always mention with Tua. But newsflash, these NFL quarterbacks are good at throwing the football. They are all good at throwing 8-yard passes on the money. They can all do it, even the backups, the third stringers. I always hear people say Teddy Bridgewater is really accurate. He's always up there in completion percentage, so he must be really accurate. But that's just because he makes a lot of underneath throws. He's not actually super precise compared to the other starters in the NFL. It's just that he attempts a lot of underneath easy completions. Same goes for Tua. Tua's actual best trait is his movement in the pocket. He has great feel and presence, and even though he isn't a plus athlete at the position, not super athletic, he avoids sacks because of his movement within the pocket. That's Tua's best trait. That's what I like about Tua, not necessarily his accuracy. Every quarterback looks accurate when they're throwing underneath, but it's when you're throwing down the field into tight windows, that's when the accuracy shows. So I think the standards are changing in Miami. Remember, they've had one playoff berth in the last 13 years. But now with head coach Brian Flores and GM Chris Grier, they are really turning things around. So as the standards change over the next couple of years, as the team gets better, because I know it will, Dolphins fans will realize that Tua is more of a limitation than a strength. He's not the superstar franchise quarterback that Dolphins fans think he is. He's really just a limited game manager that truthfully doesn't even manage the game that well. He doesn't throw the ball down the field, yet he still finds a way to put the ball in harm's way very often. Actually, more than any other starter this season. So Tua, he's good enough for now, just like Baker was good enough for the Browns a few years ago. Miami fans love Tua, just like Cleveland fans loved Baker. Their organization standards were incredibly low. No playoff success for the last decade. But now, as the team becomes elite around them, the true problem is revealed, and it's the quarterback. Now, last offseason, both the Rams and the 49ers replaced their turnover-prone game manager quarterbacks, Jared Goff and Jimmy Garoppolo. This offseason, the Browns will be following in their footsteps, and they'll be trying to replace Baker. And I predict that in a couple of years, the Dolphins will be doing the same with Tua. So let me be very, very clear, because you guys are all going to call me a hater. I think Tua is a starting quarterback in this league. I like his pocket presence, his quick release, but he's a low-end starting quarterback. He's not a very good starting quarterback. You feel a bit strapped. You feel limited with him under center. And his own offensive coordinator even admitted that. So Dolphins fans might be feeling great right now, but as the team gets better, Tua will be holding them back. And in a few years, they, like the Browns, like the Rams, like the 49ers, they will be looking for better. Because Tua is a starting quarterback, not a franchise quarterback.